All right. Welcome to Yin Yoga practice. Today, we will be exploring the difference between resting and deep relaxation that sends actually a really deeper healing impulse to the body. So, what's the difference between rest and relaxation? So, sometimes you feel like, oh, I just need to rest, and you go and you lie on your couch. Maybe you close your eyes, maybe you take a little nap. But it doesn't really go as deep as if you really skillfully do, for example, a Yin Yoga practice or a Yoga Nidra practice, or really prepare for a deeper rest. And one of the reasons also is that if you don't have the conditions to really feel safe or to really relax into resting, it's just going to be superficial. Like imagine you're in your office and you're like, oh, I really need to rest now. And so you're lying on the little sofa, but part of your mind is occupied that somebody could stop by and see you lying on the sofa or something. You will never have that deep sense of relaxation or rest because there's just always a little sense of alert in your body. So what I find is one of the main things or the main conditions we need to create is that we feel safe in our body, safe in our environment. And that's why it's so beautiful that we practice together to really create these sacred spaces even in our home. It's a different thing also to go to a yoga studio. Maybe it's a little bit easier because usually the studio already prepares this kind of beautiful space and there's candles and you enter and you feel it's kind of a sacred space. But I personally feel it's even more powerful if you can create that for yourself at home. So we hold so much tension, and in our culture, it's so approved to be busy, and rest is just recently becoming a little bit more encouraged and the thing to do, and a little bit more fashionable, which is great. But the biggest question really is if you allow yourself to fully rest. Because maybe sometimes you even lie back to rest and then you feel the struggle that you cannot let go of your thoughts or you cannot let go of the tension in your body. And then maybe you start judging yourself and you're like, oh my gosh, like, why can I not rest? And everybody else can rest and I cannot rest. And this will also prevent you from getting into a deeper state of relaxation. So the first pose for today is going to be a deep relaxation pose. I love it. It's actually one of my favorites because it helps to open the chest and the upper body. Now you have the option to either use 2 blocks or books and roll up a blanket or even your yoga mat so that you have something small to support your spine, and you want to make sure that your head is a little bit higher than the rest of your body. Make sure for sure that you're not overstretching your throat because also that will not help you to relax. If you have a bolster, they are really wonderful. You can also use a bolster and just make sure that your head is lifted a little bit, even with the bolster, maybe a block underneath. And then you're going to come to sit right at the front of your bolster or whatever setup you have, and you're going to come to lie back, and you can see how my shoulders are draping around the roll of my blanket. My legs are falling out to the side, and you're also welcome again to place something underneath your thighs, maybe pillows or other blocks, so that really your whole body feels supported. And this will kind of signal the body that now we're going into resting or eventually into a deeper sense of relaxation. Now close your eyes and take the next few moments just in your own time to arrive in your body. Scanning your body from your head to your toes, checking in. Are you feeling comfortable? Is there anything else that you need right now? Is there any shift you need to make in your posture? Do you need more support? Maybe you need to stretch the legs instead of bending the knees. So really see, what do you need right now, this moment, to relax and let go into this posture. One of the tools is your breath. So as you're lying back and settling into this beautiful restorative pose, also feel the nourishment of the breath coming in and going out. And so the breath also is always an indication of how relaxed you are, how safe your body feels. If your nervous system is in some kind of alert or fight or flight, you will feel it because your breath will be a little bit more shallow. So now really allow the breath to breathe you. Full big inhale into the belly, into the chest, and nice long exhalation. Maybe even make the exhalation a little bit longer than the inhalation. And face is soft. And still keep checking in. How do your shoulders feel? Can they fully relax? Can you let your eyes fall back into the sockets? Can you relax your jaw? If you feel the slightest tension in your jaw, feel free to use your hands or maybe tap a little bit your face. Or use your fingers and really massage your jaw a little bit. Allow yourself to feel whatever is present and allow yourself time to explore. And notice when the judging thoughts come of like, oh, I'm not open enough, I'm not flexible enough, I cannot relax my mind, whatever there may be, whatever story, be really kind and just let that come up, flow through you and out of you, if you can. Always coming back to this beautiful, deep, nourishing breath, prana. And checking in, what is it that makes you feel safe? Safe in your space, safe in your body. How do you recognize in your body when there is a sense of feeling safe? Do you feel maybe your belly relaxes, or maybe your shoulders relax? Maybe you feel a difference in your breath. We practice yoga to really become familiar with the ways our body speaks to us, because it's very individual, it's very different from person to person. So how do you recognize in your body a sense of relaxation, rest, surrender? We'll be here for about 2 more minutes. What would make you feel more at home in your body? Or maybe you already feel very much at home in your body. Then how do you recognize that and then really acknowledge that for a moment, because it's really precious when we feel that. Last minute here. And then take 3 more breaths, really nice, full, deep, deep breath. With your third breath, you can slowly bring the knees back together if they were open like a butterfly. And then roll over onto your left side, which is your yin side. And then take out the props so that you can lie on your back. Good. And as you lie on your back with the knees bent, give yourself a little moment here. It's also a really beautiful pose, and it's also the idea that we really feel the groins deeply relaxing. I have a lot of tension always in the front of my hips, my psoas muscle. That's the muscle that keeps you walking upright, and it becomes shorter with age. So that's why old people often walk a little bit bent forward. So this is something we really want to stretch. And then you can release here and very gently move the knees from side to side. Good. Our next pose is going to be a twist, and you have 2 options. You can go for a deeper version of the twist, twisted roots, and you bring your right leg over your left. Move your hips 1 inch to the right, and then let your knees fall over to the left. And you're welcome to place a block here. If you feel this is way too much for your spine, you come back, unfold, and then you can take a block between your knees, maybe even the bolster between your knees, and then take your arms out to the side. And if it's comfortable on your neck, look over to the right shoulder. Closing the eyes here, let them fall back into the sockets. And again, coming back to deep listening, connecting to your body, your body's language. Where are places in your body, maybe where you have some habitual patterns of gripping, holding. This practice is beautiful to become aware of that. And really allow with every breath to soften a little bit more. So again, underneath our tension is some kind of fear, some kind of grip, some kind of holding on. And it becomes habitual, and what it does then is keeping us on some kind of sense of alert. And so to release that tension, it's important to send messages to ourselves that it is safe to surrender and safe to rest. So if you're working with mantras or affirmations, it's a beautiful, powerful one to say to yourself, I am safe or I'm safe to let go, or I'm safe to surrender. Find your own words. And if you are in that process, noticing how you are not relaxed, or noticing your habitual tension, or noticing how you're not feeling safe, or noticing how your mind keeps racing, then the key or the solution or the tool for that is accepting and welcoming yourself as you are. Because beating yourself up for not being able to relax is not going to help you relax ever. One more minute here, exploring, noticing. Good. Last 30 seconds. Staying connected to your breath. And then from here, inhaling, slowly coming back to the middle, unfolding your legs if they are wrapped, maybe taking the block out from underneath. Once again, just placing your feet on the floor, resting, breathing, relaxing, releasing your groins. And then when you feel ready for the other side, if you want to do the wrapped version, twisted roots, left leg goes over the right leg now. Move your hips 1 inch to the left. This is important, otherwise it's too intense on your back, and then let your legs fall to the right, head to the left, or easy variation, nice twist. And you can explore with bringing the knees higher or lower, and then looking over your left shoulder. Maybe exhaling through the mouth. That's also a really nice way of being present in your body. So maybe there are 3 steps we can name in this process of skillfully or consciously relaxing. The first one is that we find ways to get grounded, which you can call your landing, which means you are connecting to the earth. You feel that you are supported. You feel that you are safe. So maybe right now you feel that connection to the ground. Breath really helps. This is our 3rd pose today. So every pose maybe is a sense of landing a little bit more. The second step or the second tool is to breathe deeply. And breathing is arriving. First step, landing. Second step, arriving. We're arriving in the present moment. And in that present moment, we can let go of future to-do lists and past stories, and we can really just be with the body, with this moment. And the third one is then to relax on purpose. So really to set that intention, maybe with an affirmation or mantra, maybe saying yourself, when I let go, right now I'm actually totally safe. I'm setting up my body for deep relaxation, healing. And you can scan your body and notice if you still have some kind of armor up, some kind of tension. And when you find tension or armor where you're holding, see if you can consciously soften. Thirty more seconds here. And then with your next breath, slowly release and come back to the middle. Either just placing your feet resting here, or if there's a little bit of tension in the lower back, swing your legs a little bit left and right, right and left. Good. Hug the knees into your chest. Now really rocking a bit. And then bringing your feet up. Grab the outside of the feet and roll a little bit side to side. Happy baby pose. Good. Release. Hands behind your knees. Rock yourself all the way up to seated. I'll move back a little bit. Right shin in front of your left shin. Just walk your hands forward, nice and easy. Take a few moments here, your forehead melting towards the floor, breathing into the back body. And then slowly walking your hands back. Switching the crossing of your shins. Inhaling, lifting the arms up, finding the length, and then again, releasing. Folding forward, breathing. And feeling the difference. Maybe they feel balanced, your hips, maybe one side is more open. Nice big breath in, exhale through the mouth.
And again, everything is welcome, not pushing anything away. Holding space for yourself like you would hold space for your best friend coming to you.
And slowly walk your hands back. Good. Straighten your legs, shake them out. Come onto your hands and knees. Now have your bolster or blanket next to you, maybe a pillow, whatever feels good. I only have the blanket here, so I'll use that one. And from here, bring your right knee outside of your right wrist, slide your left leg back, and prepare for the swan. And so swan is like pigeon, but pigeon is in vinyasa when it's active, and swan is more passive. So if your body wants to roll onto the right side, you're absolutely welcome. You could also place a pillow here. And if you have a bolster, what is really, really nice is to fold onto the bolster and to either turn towards your right knee, or if you want to add a little twist in your neck, to turn towards the left. See if you can melt into this pose, and I want to show the alternative. So if there are any pains in the knee, like sharp pain, you don't want to have any sharp pain. This is the modification. Right foot above left knee and interlacing your hands in front of the left shin. And then rolling a little bit more over to the left. It's the same stretch. We're aiming for a stretch on the outer hip cheek. This is the gallbladder meridian. Gets really, really, really tight. You know, it also adds the IT band. So we want to open into this area. And if you are here with your bolster or your pillow, again, allow with every breath to melt a little bit more. Really pay attention to your shoulders. They tend to often stay up here, so really relax. And so this whole journey of meeting yourself in these yoga practices, especially when we meditate or do yin, it's a little bit easier when we're doing a flow because it keeps us occupied. We're changing, we're flowing, we're moving. But in these stillness practices, we're really meeting ourselves, our stories. And that can be very vulnerable and tender. So notice that if that's the case for you and you feel today a little tender, also with everything that's going on in the world, then hold that space for you. It's okay to feel tender. It's okay to be vulnerable. It takes a lot of strength actually to be soft and vulnerable. And for those of you actually who are in menopause, this practice of consciously relaxing will really, really make a big change in your experience of menopause. So I'm still working on that. I guess I need to rest even more, but I can tell when I'm resting more, I have less symptoms of menopause. So just a little reminder if maybe this is something you need to hear today. So again, every breath taking you deeper. Every breath an invitation to accept and soften more. Every breath an invitation to let go of the stories in the mind that we also really hold in the body. Last minute. Where does your mind go? Stay present. Last 3 breaths here. And to come out of the pose, just walk your hands back. Slide the right knee back. Open the knees nice and wide. And this time, sit back into a child's pose and breathe here. Fill up your belly against the floor or towards the floor. Melting the heart. Last 2 breaths, maybe through the mouth. And then coming all the way back up onto hands and knees. Bringing your left knee to the outside of your left wrist. Checking in, see what your body wants to do. Maybe roll onto the left cheek. Maybe stay square. And then use your pillows, bolster, blanket, whatever you can get to support your chest. Maybe your head is going to turn to the right, maybe to the left. Find your way so that your body can feel safe to surrender. For the modification, you would just switch left foot on top of the right knee. And so a nice picture or example is also when you pick up a baby, a young baby, uh, and the baby falls asleep in your arm. Have you noticed how it becomes all of a sudden like what feels like 10 kilo heavier? And it's really the weight of the baby surrendering as it trusts and falls asleep in your arm. And it's interesting how we have that innate ability to do that when we are born. And then as we grow older, we lose that. And then we need to do all these practices to get back to this idea of deep, deep trust and feeling safe to surrender. So it's an interesting journey, I find. And the key, being a little bit more kind with yourself. That's the practice. And instead of always feeling like you need to be more, learn more, grow more, do more, to allow yourself to just be as you are. So, can you feel a sense of satisfaction in that being right now, or in your breath? Something to remember. And the yogis say there's always one part of you in peace. And really, the whole purpose of everything we do, the whole purpose of asana practice, meditation, whatever we practice, chanting, is really just to connect to that part of you that's always at peace, no matter the circumstances. And it's part of being human that we catch glimpses and then we lose it again. And then we manage to catch a glimpse again. And the moment we want to hold on to it or get excited, we lose it again. And that's okay. 2 more minutes here. Last 3 breaths. To really slowly come out and swing your legs forward. If you're doing the modification, release your feet and rock yourself all the way up to seated. And then take a moment here to shake out your legs. Use your hands to give a little massage. Feels good. Inside, outside. I want the energy to flow. Good. All right. So we're coming to our almost last pose, and it will be a forward fold to balance the back bend. So open your legs a little bit. Oops, I go back a little bit. If you have a bolster, really nice, you can even put the bolster lengthwise like this and rest your forehead on the bolster. Back can be completely round. You can do this also with blocks, whatever you need. If you are a little bit more flexible, maybe you want to come forward and use blocks, make sure your feet are falling out to the side. You're not holding on or engaging muscles. Maybe you can even go further and let your arms rest on the legs and rest your head. So really, this is up to you. Make sure the head is supported in some way because it's what weighs the most in your body. You could also support your head like this in your hands. And also, if it's really not feeling good at all on your back, you could also lie on your back close to the wall and bring your legs up the wall. Could also be a way to do this. So use some time to make your choice. Once you feel you have found your practice or your pose, and close the eyes and melt into the pose. You can lift up the belly a little bit more, but again, very, very gentle. Connecting to the breath. And if you like, one of my favorites here in the forward fold, you could use the bumblebee breath, the humming breath, and basically inhale, and as you exhale, make the sound and see how that goes. So lots of choices. Dropping in, folding forward, bringing awareness to the belly, to the throat if you're doing the humming breath, and to the back body that opens gently, making sure that your head is supported. And breathing deeply. You're doing the humming breath, really connect to the vibration and where in your body you feel it. So it's kind of in the throat, but it's also in the heart space. If you're just doing regular breath, Stay present. Feel like you're melting a little bit more into the pose with every exhale. And we will be here 4 more minutes. So really quiet, observing, listening, breathing. Last 30 seconds here. Breathing. And then take your last breath. And slowly come all the way back up and come to lie on your back. Have a block next to you. And to release from here, first place the feet down once again. Feel how everything by gravity drops down. Breathe into the belly, into the lower back. And then use your block. Bring it underneath, and doesn't have to be very high. It could be on the lowest part of the block. You really feel supported to lift the legs up high. And feel that the edge of the block, but you're going to have to slide it down a bit. So the edge of the block is massaging into your lower back. It should feel really supportive and nice.
And then here you can circle the feet a little bit. Imagine the energy releasing or flowing down the back of the legs. Face is soft. Couple more breath here, maybe 30 seconds. Good, and then slowly bending the knees, placing your feet back down, slide the block out from underneath. Find your way into Savasana. Feel free to put a bolster or blanket underneath your knees, which will also help to release your lower back. Palms facing up, eyes closed. Letting go into your Shavasana, and notice, the depth of your Shavasana today. How you prepared for this deep, nourishing pose.
Slowly begin to deepen your breathing. Gently moving your fingers, your toes, and stretching your arms over your head. And then releasing, bending the knees, gently hugging the knees into your chest, rocking a little bit side to side, back and forth. Very gentle. And then letting yourself roll onto your left side, your yin side. Give yourself time here. When you feel ready, slowly come back up into a nice comfortable seat and keep the eyes closed. Again, noticing how you're feeling. Remember those 3 steps, getting grounded, connecting to the earth, a sense of landing, breathing deeply, a sense of arriving as you are becoming more present. The 3rd step, to really have the intention to relax and to go a little bit deeper, noticing what makes your body feel safe to do so. And using this practice to also create more and more self-regulation. And so when we're in this place of feeling safe, and we kind of feel connected, we feel present, we have less need to be armored. And really, we cannot change the world or change our communities when we come into that place with a lot of armor and fear and gripping and tension. So maybe this is a way that you can benefit your world with your practice today. Your softening will allow other people to soften too. Please take your hands together in front of your heart. Give yourself a moment of gratitude for showing up today to explore resting deeply and to hold that space for yourself, even with all the struggles we have when we try to deeply rest or relax. Close and seal our practice with one sound of Om. Nice big breath. Om. And then thank you so much for joining me today. Wishing you a really beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you.